Michelle Pfeiffer is a star forged in quiet fire, her beauty a blade honed by time's tender wounds. At 67, she shines as both fragile and fierce, a Hollywood legend woven from grit and grace. From Scarface's icy Elvira to Batman Returns, Satipans, feral Catwoman, she redefined strength, rising from a California supermarket's hum to global acclaim. Yet her brilliance bears scars: a broken marriage, lost loved ones, and silent storms that linger. This is her saga, a testament to a woman whose whisper outlasts fame's roar. Honor Michelle Pfeiffer, whose light proves greatness blooms where dreams dare to endure. On April 29, 1958, Michelle Marie Pfeiffer was born into the sun-bleached simplicity of Santa Ana, California, a corner of Orange County where life moved like a slow river, steady, predictable, and heavy, with unspoken weight. The second of four children, she grew up in a home built not on wealth but on will. Her father, Richard Tyler Pfeiffer, was a man of German, Dutch, and Irish descent, a contractor whose days were spent wrestling air conditioners into submission under the punishing California sun. His truck, a rattling relic, carried him through suburban grids, its engine a heartbeat syncing with the hum of labor. Grease stained his hands, dust clung to his flannel, but his eyes, steady, kind, spoke love louder than words. He was the anchor, the man who made sacrifice a language, returning home to a family he held together with quiet pride. Her mother, Donna Jean Taverna Pfeiffer, of Swiss and Swedish roots, was the home's heartbeat, a housewife whose mornings began before dawn's first blush. She moved like a soft wind through their Midway City bungalow, folding laundry with the precision of a poet, stretching every dollar until it sang. The kitchen was her canvas, pancakes sizzling, a second-hand radio murmuring Hank Williams or Dusty Springfield, the refrigerator's drone a constant undertone to their frugal symphony. There were no grand gestures, only small miracles. A patched dress, a meal conjured from scraps, a smile that held exhaustion at bay. The Pfeiffer household, Richard, Donna, Michelle, elder brother Rick, and younger sisters Dee, 1965, and Laurie, 1967, was a fortress of dignity, where love was spoken in actions, not anthems. No divorces fractured the frame, no chaos breached the walls, but comfort came at a cost. Every dollar earned twice, once through sweat, again through restraint. For young Michelle, this world was both sanctuary and shackle. The Midway City of her youth was a post-war patchwork of tract homes and clipped lawns, a place where dreams seemed too big for the smallness of daily life. School at Fountain Valley High, class of 1976, was a gauntlet of adolescent anonymity. Tall, lanky, a tomboy with a face yet to bloom into its iconic radiance, she felt like a ghost in her own story. "I never thought I was pretty," she confessed. In a 2020 Vogue interview, her voice tinged with the ache of memory. "I was always the biggest girl, awkward, unnoticed." Yet teachers saw flickers of her fire. John Boberg, her drama coach, recalled a classroom improv where Michelle, embodying a bomb victim, collapsed into sobs so raw the room froze. "It was stunning," he told the Orange County Register in 1992. "She pulled us into her pain." By 14, she was clerking at a Fountain Valley clothing boutique, fingers tracing silks she couldn't afford, her mind wandering to lives beyond the rack. At 16, the Vons supermarket became her stage, name tag pinned over a heart that beat for something unnamed. Between register beeps and the flicker of fluorescent lights, she dreamed, her gaze drifting past canned soups to horizons unseen. Some nights, to spare her shoes, She'd walk home barefoot, the asphalt's warmth a quiet defiance. I was so shy, she told Good Housekeeping in 2017. But I felt this pull, like I was meant for more. That pull was her first rebellion, a whisper against the monotony that threatened to swallow her. Her siblings, too, felt the stage's lure. Dee Dee and Laurie dabbled in acting and modeling. Dee Dee in Vamp, 1986. Laurie in local ads, but chose quieter paths, as if the spotlight's heat was Michelle's alone to bear. Family life was rich in ritual. Summer barbecues where Richard grilled hot dogs, Donna's potato salad a crowd pleaser, Christmas mornings with gifts wrapped in newspaper, joy measured in laughter, not expense. Beach trips were sacred. Richard's Betuilte truck packed with towels, Donna doling out sandwiches, Michelle and siblings wrestling for window seats. The Pacific's roar stirred something in her, a vastness that mirrored her inner unrest. I felt invisible, she admitted in a 2018 Interview magazine feature, and I didn't know why. After high school, she enrolled at Golden West College, studying court reporting. A nod to her parents' pragmatism. Stenography's clatter felt like a cage, shorthand symbols chaining her to a future she didn't want. A Charlie's Angels episode, watched on a grainy TV, sparked epiphany. I thought, I could do that, she laughed in a 2022 The First Lady press junket. Dropping college, she plunged into acting classes at Beverly Hills Playhouse under Milton Katselas, whose workshops were crucibles for raw talent. It was terrifying, she recalled in Variety 2025, but it was the first time I felt seen. Leaving Midway City was no escape. It was transformation, her parents' pride masking worry as she packed a suitcase and a dream. The freeway's hum was her farewell, the girl from Vaughn's stepping into a city that would try to break her before it bowed. Los Angeles in 1978 was a beast of glitter and grit, its skyline promising glory, but delivering indifference. Michelle arrived with $500, a battered Chevy, and a heart both fragile and fierce. Her West Hollywood walk-up was a cell. Walls paper-thin, radiator wheezing, rainwater seeping through cracked sills. She ate Campbell's soup from the can, the spoons clink a metronome to her dwindling courage. It wasn't hunger for food, she told Rolling Stone in 1989. It was hunger for purpose. Days bled into survival, waitressing at a greasy Spoon, answering phones for temp agencies, modeling catalog shoots that paid in promises. Auditions were battlegrounds, casting rooms cold as steel, directors' smiles sharper than rejection. Too soft, one said. Too pretty, another. Beauty, her curse, was a cage they couldn't see past. The 1978 Miss Orange County pageant was her gambit, not for fame, but for a $1,000 scholarship to fuel auditions. In a borrowed gown, she walked the stage, her poise a mask for trembling knees. Winning cracked the door. Commercials for no-name brands. Guest spots on Fantasy Island, 1978. Chips, 1979. She was a face, not a name, her fire dimmed by Hollywood's doubt. The Hollywood Knights, 1980, debuted her as Susie Q, a forgettable teen in a forgettable comedy. $10 million budget, $3 million return. I was invisible, she said in 2017's HBO Wizard of Lies promo, but learning to burn. Love offered solace. Peter Horton, met in Katselas' class, was a lanky actor with dreams as restless as hers. Their 1979 romance bloomed in a Fairfax flat. Takeout dinners, shared scripts, laughter patching the cracks of unpaid bills. Their 1981 wedding was a tender rebellion, backyard vows in Santa Monica, sunset painting them gold, friends toasting with dollar store wine. He saw the girl, not the star, she told People in 1993, eyes soft with memory. They were artists, lean and hungry, their love a shield against LA's chill. Grease 2, 1982, was her supposed breakthrough. Stephanie Zanone, Pink Lady with Grit. The $13 million musical tanked, grossing $15 million, critics branding her wooden. Pretty, but vacant, Variety sneered. Driving home, tears blurring neon, she whispered to her reflection, "Maybe they're right." Doubt gnawed, but Peter's faith held her. "Keep going," he urged, his hand steadying hers. She enrolled in more classes, voice cracking through late-night rehearsals, auditions a gauntlet she refused to quit. Then, Scarface, 1983. Brian De Palma's epic needed Elvira Hancock, Tony Montana's tragic muse. Al Pacino's skepticism was palpable. Producers balked at her inexperience. The audition was a crucible. Michelle, trembling, delivered lines like shards of glass. Sharp, fragile, unforgettable. The room went still, Pacino recalled in 2013's Scarface Blu-ray commentary. She was lightning. Released December 1983, the $22 million film grossed $65 million. Elvira's icy despair searing screens. Pfeiffer's A Frozen Flame, the New York Times raved. She quit smoking post-rap. The role's darkness too raw. "It was exhilarating," she said in 2023's Scarface 40th anniversary panel, "but it carved something out of me." Fame's tidal wave followed. Into the Night, 1985, with Jeff Goldblum showcased her comedic spark. $14 million gross, cult status. Ladyhawke, 1985, medieval fantasy, cast her as Isabeau, cursed lover opposite Rutger Hauer. Her ethereal glow outshone the $20 million film's $18 million return. She's Moonlight, Ebert wrote, a dream made flesh. Sweet Liberty, 1986, Alan Alda's satire, let her charm as a soap star, $10 million modest hit. The Witches of Eastwick, 1987, was alchemy. As Suki Ridgemont, one of three witches seduced by Jack Nicholson's devil, Michelle radiated wit and wildness. The $22 million film grossed $51 million, a cult classic. I got to be the storm. She laughed in Time 1987, recalling Cherry Pit spitting scenes. Tequila Sunrise, 1988, a $23 million noir with Mel Gibson and Kurt Russell, earned $73 million. Her JoJo's elegance masked inner fire. Rumors of Gibson's sparks fizzled. She demurred. On-screen only. Married to the Mob, 1988, Jonathan Demme's mob comedy was rebirth. As Angela, Michelle shed glamour for grit. Frumpy wigs, Brooklyn sass. She's funny, fierce, Chicago Sun-Times cheered. Her first Golden Globe nod secured. Dangerous Liaison, 1988, crowned her. As Madame de Tourvel, seduced by John Malkovich's Valmont, she was purity's peril. Every glance, a heartbreak. I feared being just beautiful, she told Academy 1989. Oscar nod, BAFTA win. Her $41 million film a critical darling. Off-screen whispers of a Malkovich affair shadowed her marriage. A quiet betrayal born of loneliness. The Fabulous Baker Boys, 1989, immortalized her. Susie Diamond, lounge singer, demanded grit. Michelle lost 20 pounds, smoked for vocal rasp, scaled a piano in red velvet for Makin' Whoopee. Crew wept. Jeff Bridges said, "She was truth." $18 million gross. Golden Globe win, second Oscar nod. "It was me, raw," she told Esquire 1990. but the role's loneliness mirrored her own. Peter's directing diverged, their marriage fracturing. Divorce in 1988 was quiet, assets split, hearts heavy. "We lost each other," she said in 1993, to fame's noise. Fame was a beautiful thief, stealing rest while granting glory. By 1990, Michelle was Hollywood's highest-paid actress, $12 million per film, a leap from Vaughn's $375 hourly. Via Rosa Productions, launched 1990, gave her control, producing Love Field, 1992, Dangerous Minds, 1995. The Russia House, 1990, with Sean Connery, saw her Katya navigate espionage with quiet fire. Golden Globe, nod, $23 million gross. Frankie and Johnny, 1991, reuniting with Pacino, was raw. Her Frankie, a waitress scarred by abuse, bared her soul. "It was my shadow," she told EW 1991. $43 million, Critical Love, Love Field, 1992, as Lurene Hallett, a JFK mourner road-tripping with Dennis Haysbert, was Oscar bait, second Best Actress nod. Third Globe nomin's Batman Returns, 1992, was Seismic. Catwoman, Selena Kyle. Reborn in Latex grossed $266 million. "Life's a bitch. Now so am I," her Selena snarled, redefining heroines. "I found my rage," she said in 2022's Batman panel. Zoe Kravitz, citing her as Muse, The Age of Innocence, 1993. Scorsese's Wharton cast her as Ellen Olenska, Love's Forbidden Flame. "Her restraint breaks you," The New Yorker wrote, $32 million gross. Wolf, 1994, with Nicholson, a $70 million werewolf tale, earned $131 million. Her Laura, fierce, flawed. Dangerous Minds, 1995, via Rose's Triumph, grossed $84 million. Her Luann, a teacher mom, echoing Donna's lessons. Up Close and Personal, 1996. One Fine Day, 1996, with Clooney, 1,000 Acres, 1997. The Deep End of the Ocean, 1999. Each role a facet of her prism. The Prince of Egypt, 1998, voicing Tzipora, soared vocally. What Lies Beneath, 2000, $291 million thriller, her Claire haunted. I Am Sam, 2001, Rita's Redemption with Sean Penn. Seiji nod hiatus, post-2002 prioritized Claudia and John Henry. Return in 2007. Stardust's Witch Lamia, Hairspray's Velma. Globe nods. 2010 selective. Dark Shadows, 2012. The Family, 2013, with De Niro. 2017's Where is Kira? Mother, Murder on the Orient Express, The Wizard of Lies. Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp, 2018. Endgame, 2019. Quantumania, Janet Van Dyne, Maternal Hero. French Exit, 2020. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, 2019. The First Lady, 2022, as Betty Ford. Globe nod. 2025's M3 GAN 2.0, The Madison Loom. Awards, 3 Oscars, 8 Globes, BAFTA, Silver Bear, 2007 Walk of Fame star. 2025 TCL handprints. Not for glamour, she said, cement wet. For the cashier who dreamed. Love's arc was redemption. Post-divorce, Fisher-Stevens was fleeting. David E. Kelley, 1993 Blind Date, was fate. His acceptance of Claudia Rose, adopted 1993, sealed it. He chose us, she told Oprah, 2010. Married November 1993, son John Henry, 1994. 3 decades strong, their Pacific Palisades, 25 Mellors, and Woodside Homes cradle family. Claudia, 32, art advocate. John, 31, storyteller. Grandma now, she beamed on X, September 2025. Claudia's child, born 2024. Love's a practice, she said, in People 2025. Staying, laughing, forgiving. Losses carved deep. Richard's 1998 death silenced his whistle. Donna's 2012 passing stole gravity. "Mom was my calm," she whispered in Variety. Jonathan Demme's 2017 loss. Ray Liotta's 2022 death at 67. Mentors. Mirrors. "They're in my quiet," she posted on X, rewatching the family's kitchen dance. Net worth $250 million via Rosa, Armani, YSL, fuels impact. American Cancer Society, Humane Society, Healthy Child, Healthy World. EWG Board since 2016. Millions donated. Henry Rose Fragrances Fund Clean Living. "For my kids' world," she told EWG 2025. Wellness is worship. Vegan since 1990s. Yoga, coastal hikes. Age is stories, she told Allure 2025, lines her laurels. Cars, Mercedes S-Class, Tesla Model S, 62 Cadillac. Poetry in motion. Family is her legacy's heart. Claudia Rose, adopted in 1993, now 32, channels her mother's empathy into art advocacy, curating exhibits for underrepresented voices. "She's my moral compass," Michelle told People in 2025, eyes misting at Claudia's 2024 childbirth. A daughter, making Michelle a grandmother. "Tiny hands, big miracles," she posted on X, the September 2025 announcement garnering 2.3 million likes. Fans flooding with "Grandma Michelle. Cheers." John Henry, 31, a storyteller crafting indie films, inherits his parents' creative fire. "He sees the world in frames," she said at his 2023 Sundance debut, per IndieWire. Family dinners at Pacific Palisades, vegan lasagna, jazz on the stereo are sacred. David E. Kelly's humor, the glue. "Motherhood gave my career meaning," she told People in 2025, "because it taught me love's weight." In Woodside's Twilight, Michelle walks barefoot through gardens, the Pacific's sigh her chorus. She tends roses, whispers to ghosts. Richard, Donna, Demme, Liotta. Her hands dirty with earth, not applause. "I've lived fully," she told Vanity Fair in 2025. Not loudly, but truly. Her revolution is this: to live authentically, love fiercely, leave light. Honor her, not with fanfare, but with a pause, a share, a moment to see the woman whose whisper reshaped the world. Subscribe to her journey. Join the chorus of those moved by her truth. For Michelle Pfeiffer, the eternal muse, proves beauty is truth, and truth immortal.
Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more dives into Hollywood's hidden history.